before that, you actually ran into a man who changed your life, and you
Yeah.
still travel around all over the world and talking about that man.
It's the only reason you're talking to me.
Is it? And the man's name was Elvis Presley.
Yeah.
And how did you meet that man?
Well, when I get asked that, I tell people, do you want the short answer or the long answer?
I take the long one. We have good time,
we
right?
we have to fill this segment here, but the short answer is he was dating my sister, and that pretty much says it all. My sister was Miss Tennessee, and she had met Elvis and was dating him. And I was a police officer in Memphis, and he liked police officers. And after they dated for a few months, and actually Linda had moved into Graceland and was living there, she called up one night and said, you know, Elvis really wants to meet you guys, myself and my wife, Louise. So we drove to Graceland, and we went in, and if you've ever been to Graceland, you go in, you go downstairs through the jungle, what's now called the jungle room. We just called it a den back then. The fans have named it that since his death. But you go down those stairs, and there's a yellow room down there with a bar and some mirrors and that type of thing. Back then, it wasn't decorated like that. It was just a basement. So I'm sitting down there in the basement at 2 o'clock in the morning with no windows, and Elvis walks in wearing sunglasses. And we just thought that was the coolest thing we'd ever seen. And he crossed the whole room and stuck his hand out and said, "Hi, I'm Elvis Presley." You know, like I didn't know that. I'm in his house to meet him. But that's just the charisma that he had, and he would employ those things to disarm you. And over the next 5 years traveling with him, I saw him do that many times, completely disarm a person through his own charisma and personality. And then we spent the whole night, you know, playing piano upstairs and singing gospel songs and taking a tour of the whole house and just sitting and visiting and talking. We spent the whole night there. And that's how it started. And then we began visiting quite a bit. And in December, I stopped by Stax Studios at his request and watched them record one of the albums that he recorded there in December of '72. And then in March, March of '73, I was injured with the sheriff's department.
In what way?
I was working in the jail, and there was a fight, and I got injured and hurt my leg and was knocked out and was put in the hospital. And Elvis was on tour, and one day I had a visitor to the hospital, and it was Red West. And he came in, he said, I thought Red was just a nice guy to visit me, and finally he got around to saying, you know, I had to fly in commercial because we're on tour, but Elvis was concerned that you would have medical bills. And I said, well, I have medical insurance, and I was hurt on the job, everything is fine. But he handed me an envelope, and I think it had $500 in it, a check that Elvis had written thinking that would pay for my medical expenses. But that's how he was, you know, he was always giving like that.